Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video, I like to review a movie from 1961 that I watched just the other night and which I thoroughly enjoyed. Now the disc I've got here also has an extra movie on it called Right Hand of the Devil, but the main movie I want to talk about in this video is one starring the late great country western singer Johhny Cash, and that movie is called Door-to-Door Maniac. There you go guys. The late great Johhny Cash and a horror thriller from 1961. Okay then guys, as per usual, before I say anything further about the movie and give me thoughts on the storyline as a whole, I'll just read you the back of this edition just in case you're not familiar with it. And I'd like to bet me bottom dollar that there's a load of people that aren't familiar with this movie starring Johhny Cash. I certainly wasn't. It could be your street, your house, your life. From the early 1960s, Film Masters brings you two independently produced films representative of the neo-noir crime films of that era. Door-to-Door Maniac, originally released in 1961 as 5 Minutes to Live, stars Johhny Cash as a hardened criminal, Johnny Cabot, the wife, Kay Forrester, of the bank vice president, is taken hostage in her own home. What follows is a robbery gone awry in every way. Now, in the little-known film Right Hand of the Devil, Catcher makes his bid to become the next Hitchcock. While prominent movie director he is not, Turkish-born Catcher does star in the film and not just on screen. That's referring to the other movie, guys, the bonus movie, The Right Hand of the Devil. But I mainly want to talk about the Johhny Cash movie. Yeah. Oh yeah, really enjoyed this one, guys. Johnny Cash is he's really menacing as this a small-time crook who takes this wife of a prominent banker hostage in her own home. He absolutely terrorizes her. He gets access to a house on the pretext of being a door-to-door salesman. But when he gets access inside a house, he puts this woman through absolute hell. This was way ahead of its time, this movie, guys, Door-to-Door Maniac. I've got a great booklet here, guys, with all stills and information about the movie. There's the disc. I'll just show you the booklet, guys. Really enjoyed this one. If you're a Johnny Cash fan and you haven't seen this, I strongly urge you to add this one to your collection. Very, very young Johnny Cash, as I say, playing a small-town crook. Very, very vicious crook at that. He's got no compunction about hurting this lady at all and that, And I believe some of it was actually banned when it came out. It was actually censored. Excuse me. Way ahead of its time. For shock value and violence and that, there's that's the poster of Right Hand of the Devil. Yeah, so, ooh, misses. Yeah. But that was a good one as well, Right Hand of the Devil. I'll briefly talk about that towards the end of this video. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. And it's a great part played by the son as well, a little boy, and a very, 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 very precocious little boy. There's the disc, guys, of Door-to-Door Maniac. But yeah, Johnny Cash in it, as you've never seen him before. And there's a couple of good passages in this book, guys. I won't read it at all. I'll just quote from some of the information in it. Yeah, Door-to-Door Maniac is worth a look for one reason, Johnny Cash. Aside from Cash, the movie is a no-budget crime feature made at a time when such films were near extinction. Yeah, the gloomy style that the French would dub noir was less marketable in the post-Eisenhower era. But yeah, this is a really good movie, this. Johnny Cash, the country music legend, playing a cold-blooded killer. Yeah, he turns in a very underrated performance. I'd certainly second that sentiment. While Fred Durella prepares to rob a bank, his newly hired sidekick, Johnny Cabot, played by Johnny Cash, invades the bank VP's home and takes his wife hostage. His instructions are to kill the woman, Kay Forrester, who has a screenwriting credit, if her husband doesn't cash a phony $70,000 bank draft. Now, Cabot, that's Cash's character, delights in menacing the VP's wife. He wrecks the house, assaults her, and even shoots at her for a laugh. That's how psychotic he is in this, Johnny Cash, guys. No word of a lie. He is pure post-war movie psychopath with no love for humanity, Worst of all, he's growing restless, waiting for Dorella to call with the command to kill. That's another aspect I liked about this movie, guys, the ticking clock aspect. Hitchcock often talked about that. Now, what I mean by the ticking clock aspect is like when you've got, say, for instance, a bomb's going to go off like at a certain time, and the heroes and whoever's like the main protagonists in the movies got to sort of like get there in the nick of time. It's a very, very efficient device, the ticking clock device, very used quite often by Hitchcock. So yeah, great, makes a big mark in this movie, guys, the ticking clock device. As you're on the edge of your seat. As the trigger-happy Johhny Cash is all greasy southern charm one moment and erupting like Vesuvius the next, yeah. He had like kind of a split personality. One, he could be very charming, and next minute he gets all aggressive and threatening and cold, cold-blooded. Great performance by Cash in this, what he really was. Yeah, looking lean as a junkyard dog. Hey, where have I heard that before? Something called Leroy Brown. He sneers as he takes in the suburban landscape. I've never seen, Cabot says, so much nothing. Is he a bit over the top? Sure, but in a good way. The cruel psychopath was a staple of these movies, and Johhny Cash was simply following the template. He'd choose the scenery, and it tastes damn good. This was actually the second feature for director Bill Kahn, who had been behind Mar Barker's Killer Brood the previous year. But yeah, really enjoyed this one, guys. As I say, Johhny Cash, he was really on the money in this and that, playing this menacing villain, and really had you on the edge of your seat, and that the way he treats this poor, this bank boss's wife and that menacing and that, really on the edge of your seat. I won't go into too much detail, guys. I won't reveal how the movie, the climax of the movie. I want you to see it for yourselves. But really good, and it says there about the time limit ticking away, because he gets the wife, he gets on the phone and that, he phones the husband and that at the bank and that, and then he's got like his sidekick, his boss in the bank and that, saying he wants this amount of money and that, and the clerk, the bank manager, he gets very suspicious in that when he sees what's going on, because he recognises one of the hoods, the main fella who's threatening the bank, the bank manager, because if he doesn't hand over the money, his wife's going to get it and that, going to be shot. But really good. This reminded me of the Peter Cushing one, Cash on Demand. It was very, very similar. Again, where the bank manager's threatened by a crook and that, threatened like again, his wife like held her home like with a gun pointed at her head, that if he doesn't give the money, they'll kill his wife. Really good story. Highly recommend Door to Door Maniac. Really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely keeping it in my collection. But fantastic, yeah. Bonus features on this one: a feature-length commentary for Door to Door Maniac by author podcaster Daniel Budnick and film historian Rob Kelly. And then you've got commentary for Right Hand of the Devil. So yeah, really good, yeah. Right Hand of the Devil, that's very good as well. But I did enjoy the Johhny Cash one more. But the Right Hand of the Devil is basically about this criminal again. He's sort of like, he hatches this plot to sort of like get these gang of hoods to carry out a sort of like robbery for him, and he plans to, once they've done the dirty work, he plans to dispose of them and kill them and put them in this big bath of acid, Oh yeah, really, again, a movie way ahead of its time. But yeah, so two great movies on here, guys. The Right Hand, Door to Door Maniac, starring Johhny Cash, and that one there, The Right Hand of the Devil. Really worth adding it to collection, this one. It's a fantastic double bill, newly restored by Film Masters. Yeah, so, but yeah, really, Johhny Cash really bowled me over playing this villain and that, he was really, you really hated him. He was that bad. He didn't have any compunction about harming this poor lady, terrorised her, and way ahead of its time in terms of like cruelty and that, and just basically just sheer criminal ruthlessness, and it's a shame Johhny Cash didn't appear in more movies, because he was a great actor in that, and he really got into this role playing this villain and that, and oh yeah, he belittles the poor one and every toys with her, and he even sings a song or two, he sits there strumming his guitar and that, so you see that's a brief glimpse of his musical abilities as well. But oh yeah, this is one of the best black and white movies I've ever seen, Door to Door Maniac. And if you're a Johhny Cash fan, I highly recommend you get this one and add it to your collection. But really enjoyed it. All right then, guys, I'm going to give a rating now for Door to Door Maniac. No hesitation. I'm going to give it a full 10 out of 10, because that's how much you enjoyed this movie. Absolutely fantastic. And Johhny Cash, as I say, he was really on the money playing this villain and that, terrorising this poor woman in her home and that, you really hated him and that. And I think that's what works in movies when you really hate the villain. You know, like for instance in Dallas, everybody hated JR, didn't he? You know, you really hate the villain, and you want him to get his comeuppance and that. But this was, I think, this is a bit of a little masterpiece. This movie, guys, it's a very, very underrated movie, Door-to-Door Maniac, and a very, very young Johhny Cash, as I say in that, you know. And as I say, that one's good as well. The Right Hand of the Devil, yeah, that's got a good story in that, you know. Another hateful villain in that one, yeah, you know. But really nice double bill. This, I really enjoyed it, and as I say, very, very rarely mentioned both of these movies actually. So yes, as I say, if you're a Johhny Cash fan, I would recommend you add this one to your collection. So there you go, guys. That's my review from 1961's Door-to-Door Maniac. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. Have you seen Door-to-Door Maniac by any chance? What did you think of it? Did you share my view that it was a very, very enjoyable movie and that Johhny Cash was really on the money playing this like a almost psychopathic villain who invades this, you know, this poor woman's house and that, and holds a hostage and that, you know, until they get the money and that. Yeah, leave your comments down below. Let's get a discussion going about Door-to-Door Maniac. Yeah, so yes, I'm definitely keeping this one, guys, in my collection. It's a great movie, and I can highly recommend it, especially if you love Johhny Cash. Okay then, guys, that's it. That wraps up my review of Door-to-Door Maniac. Yeah, enjoy your weekend and that, and yeah, take care. And the usual, if you like the video, please feel free to share, subscribe, comment. And all going well, I shall be back again very, very, very soon. Take care. Bye for now.